Hi, I'm Jayinplaytrader. I'm creating free video content teaching people how to trade Betfair absolutely for free. If you're enjoying my videos or you're learning from them, please support me back by hitting the subscribe button, and also don't forget to hit the like button on any videos you watch. This will enable me to create more free content for you so you can learn to become a better trader. Best of luck in the markets.
Okay, so I'm looking at this race here at Newbury. It's the first race I've traded in 2 months.
Market suspend. Market in play.
I'm going to go in very easy. It's January, which means the markets are crap. You might notice I've only got a £50 starting bank today. That is because there's going to be low liquidity in January, and also my head's a bit messed up from meds, so I don't want to put too much money on the line. We'll see how it goes. I'm just going to wait for an opportunity and try and nick a few tips. Get the old confidence levels back up, first of all. I'm more concerned about getting the confidence levels up, and if I do have a loss, getting out quick. Only using £2.50 stake, so I don't expect to make much money out of this at all.
Daycott, McLean and Harakiri as they're into the back straight and
getting no messing around
to flight number 2, and he could be the one.
This is a 2-horse race, really.
By
Don't
2
really
lengths.
like
He could be the
2-horse
one
races,
over
but
to Walking on Air, Ben Lilly, Al Ghazal and Enchanté. Not much change in the order amongst the back markers. Highway 103 next in the field. Logan's Choice. Car Dealers just drifted back a little bit as they run to the second flight in the back straight, and he could be the one. Over safely to Walking on Air in second. All the runners landing over that one okay. In third position is Ben Lilly. Enchanté is now losing ground. Al Ghazal in fourth position, as they've still got 2 more flights to jump over in the back straight, and he could be the one. Carrying a winner's penalty, is over by 2 lengths to Walking on Air. Enchanté as unseated. Page Fuller at that one. Enchanté is out of the race there at the 4th obstacle.
Looking at the race timer,
towards the 5th.
Plenty of time left as yet.
He could be the one to Walking on Air. They've dominated
with
the race
this
to this
is the
point, with Ben Lilly continuing to follow Fergus Gillard in third.
Then I'm screwed, so you've got to be very careful. You don't want to be trading too late when it's sort of 2
card dealer,
horses in the race.
From McLean, Harakiri, and the back marker now is Groom Daycott. They're about to turn left-handed, 3 left to jump, and he could be the one. Is being tracked by Walking on Air. Jamie Moore followed by Nico de Boinville. The best turned out winner Al Ghazal is in third. 4th place is Ben Lilly, so Al Ghazal has made a position. Highway 103 on the outside of McLean, improving a little bit. Logan's Choice the inside, then Systemic Harakiri and Groom
That's my first warning. This is a 2-mile race. I can go a little bit longer, but don't go too much longer,
for the
really.
home straight, he could be the one with Walking on Air on the outside, is within a length of the leader now on the outside. The black and white jacket, Al Ghazal continues in third, then Ben Lilly. In front of McLean, who continues to make a few places, but he could be the one that's still in front of on Air on his debut over hurdles today. Al Ghazal the inside, Ben Lilly. McLean is continuing to work into it as they run towards the third last, coming more towards the near side. He could be the one with landing right on the side, motoring, Walking on Air, as they now make the run towards the final 3 furlongs in the
So I don't really care who wins now. It looks like the favourite's going to win, but you can see got out at the right time. £2.50 stakes, made £2.70 off a £50 bank. Do you know what I mean? If you do that 10 times in a day, you know, you're looking at 25 quid, aren't you? Do you know what I mean, for small stakes? But it's picking the right races, picking the right moments, picking the right times. Now, bear in mind, my head is smashed on these meds I'm on at the moment from being ill. So if I can do it when I'm not thinking straight, I'm almost, well, I wouldn't go as far as drunk, but I'm a little bit kind of woo on these drugs. So if I can do it like that, you can do it. Follow my tips and you'll be able to make money.
This hurdle, the White Blaze, the Real Jet on the right, with the bigger White Blaze. On the left is My Bad Lucy at flight number 1. The favourite Young Butler in the centre, red and white checks, and the yellow cap on the left, Pumpkin's
this race
Pride.
Here
Then
at Plumpton,
Tiger
we've got a very short price favourite
on the inside, and Aiken Breaking Heart is the early back marker at flight number 2.
I don't particularly like short price favourite horses races.
Bad Lucy. as they now
because
race it
they're
in front of the
dangerous.
stands with 2 circuits.
So I'm going to be looking at this with a pinch of salt. All the money's going to be on a favourite. You can see there's not a lot floating around here, but if that was to fall, and you happen to be laying one of these other runners at a big price, that price is going to come shooting in. You're going to see yourself at a massive loss. So you need to be careful. This is only hurdles and not a chase, so less likely to fall on these. Still just using £2.50 stakes. The market's not moving around enough for me to get involved. I could be tempted to get in at sixes if this money was to come down a bit, but this might be a race that I just might not even put a trade through.
Looking a very steady pace running across the top of the course.
So for me, it's a waiting game, and it always should be. You should be, you should know when to sit on your hands when you're trading. Don't just rush in and try and get your money through. Get it through at the right time. See, there was a big movement there, which would have been nice to have some money.
Pumpkin's Pride just pulling a little.
Lower down. So I'm just going to put
downhill in the back. This stage, Liam Harrison's got his hands.
That's 3 clicks. That's actually 750. Just shows it up as 8 because it doesn't do halves.
Young Butler behind them from Tiger 10 and Aiken Breaking Heart. It looks as though Pumpkin's Pride might just pull his way into the lead, going towards the next flight of hurdles on the outside. At this one, little edit in fact there, and a little nod from Pumpkin's Pride.
So just a quick 50p there, probably just see, and that's because he's up front at the moment.
Pumpkin's Pride is restrained back in third. Tiger 10 on the inside. Then the red-hot favourite, Young Tiger Butler. 10, Young Butler coming between the pair. Pumpkin's Pride on the left over 2 out. Still the Real Jet. Young Butler still responding to a lot of pressure. Then Tiger 10 and Pumpkin's Pride down to the last. The Real Jet and Young Butler. The Real Jet, another clean jump. Tiger 10 makes a mistake this time. The Real Jet on the far side. Young Butler on the near side. Young Butler beginning to get there. Can he pull it out of the fire for favourite backers? He's going to do so. But it was hard work, Young Butler from the Real Jet.
Okay, so I don't trade this first 10% of the race. I like to get the horses in their sort of natural running order. They're pack animals. They like to be in certain places. Some horses like to be some like to be midfield. Some like to run at the rear. Doesn't have any bearing on the race, but the markets can go crazy at the start. If you know a horse is going to be a front runner, you can often make money off that. If you don't know how to do that, then I suggest you look up basically back to lays on front runners. This market's bouncing around quite a bit at the moment. Races now getting going. There's not a lot of money in the market, which is scary because you can see that I trust these figures more in play than what I would do pre-race, because it's hard to force a market around in play. You could get into a lot of crop where I think there's less people manipulating the market. So I'm not saying it doesn't happen in play, but it's a very dangerous game if you are. So anyway, let's get the sound on and see if we can make a few tips.
Go a little over to Amarillo Sky.
Things I don't really like.
It's got some very good form. Second to
lay in.
The smart brave Shaska at Ascot when last seen, and a winner at Wincanton before that. Amarillo Sky in second place. Son of Camas, Benny's Bridge, and Light and Strike as they're now turning left hand.
I like to buy before I sell, if you know what I mean.
5 more to take in the Rocking Horse Nursery at Newbury Novices Limited Handicap Chase, and it is still Go a Lil going with enthusiasm in the lead to Amarillo Sky in second.
I'm out of here, man.
By 3 lengths to Amarillo Sky. Here is the 5th last. Go a Lil, Amarillo Sky, Son of Camas, Light and Strike just going 4th. Benny's Bridge is in 5th place and ridden along now. So 4 left to jump. And turning into the home straight.
Towards the end of that race now.
In front, still by 3 lengths to Amarillo Sky. Son of Camas held together. Light and Strike the inside. And Benny's Bridge is struggling in 5th place.
I'm out of here, man.
Now trying to get a bit closer to Go a Lil as they run to the 4th last. 3 out is a ditch. Go a Lil only by just over a length now to Amarillo Sky. They both take it well. Son of Camas in third. Light
we are out of time.
Clear of Benny's Bridge. So 3
left
to jump and still Just
clear
about
up a
3
few extra
furlongs still
pence
to
if I
race.
can.
Go a little the near side. Amarillo Sky over on the far side. They both clear that okay. They're on by a few lengths to Light and Strike and Son of Camas. The cupboard looking pretty bare. Running to the second last. Amarillo Sky getting organised now on the far side and fell. Amarillo Sky down at the second last when with every chance. Go a little then. Son of Camas in second position. Go a little driven.
So that's £3.10p off a £2.50 stakes. It all adds up. Do you know what I mean? It all adds up. What I was saying about Go-A-Lil, you see what I mean? Well, I didn't like to trade, even though that was bouncing around nicely at one point. Don't like to trade them when they're
Market suspended.
If they stay in the front, the price is never going to come back out and bounce up unless it's close. So you're best to try to avoid trading the front runner, unless you're obviously doing a back to lay. But if you're trading in the way that I'm trading, as in laying with a tick off set at the right times, then try to avoid the front runner and obviously short price favourites. Best of luck in the markets. I'm still zonked out of my head, so if I can do this, you can do it. Nasty fool there.
Marker. Al Muffrey with a massive lead, turning towards the next flight of
These
the third. Al Muffrey comes in to
those
take
stakes as you need to
a long way clear.
A bit of cash in, really.
Mark of Gold, the favourite on the inside, landing second ahead of the second favourite, Dream in the Park, in third, the green with the white cap. Then out wide is Heron Creek as they clear the next from Drag Race and Ivy Avenue and a noseband on the inside. Torbolino is behind these. Then in the worst half of the field towards the back are Barest of Margins with even
plenty of time to go as yet, so I'm not going to panic just yet.
Kronos is towards the back as well with Where Did It All Go Wrong, and finally Van Rouge. Al Muffrey still with a clear lead, probably not quite so far ahead now, going towards the next. Al Muffrey jumps it well. Mark of Gold on the inside of Dream in the Park. And then behind these Heron Creek, just nudged along up the hill from Drag Race and Ivy Avenue. Torbolino and Barest of Margins and Eva Icon. Followed by Kronos and Unfinished.
Didn't panic there, but I could see on the race timer there was lots and lots of time left.
Heading towards the back straight, having completed a rather wild first circuit. Can he keep it up? He was a decent horse on the flat on his day. Can he keep going? Going towards the next. Now Muffrey comes in to take it. 10 lengths clear. Over from Mark of Gold, a fluent jump in second place from the favourite there. Less good was Ivy Avenue. Heading down the back straight, and the pack are beginning to get to the leader now. Al Muffrey goes up on the outside of Mark of Gold, then Heron Creek, Torbolino in touch with Drag Race, then Barest of Margins and Kronos, and behind those Eva Icon and Where Did It All Go Wrong? These in touch, struggling, Unfinished Business, Van Rouge and Ivy Avenue. Al Muffrey has been joined now, going towards the next, and over it, and Al Muffrey fading out of it.
I'm out of here, man.
Took over there from Mark of Gold, Heron Creek on the outside, and Torbolino running a very fine hurdling debut as they run across the bottom of the track, and Dream in the Park has come there going swiftly. Mark of Gold shaken up in second place. Dream in the Park on his hurdling debut, joined by Mark of Gold, and Mark of Gold just puts his head in front now as they turn towards the second last. Mark of Gold on the left, on the right is Dream in the Park at 2 out. Mark of Gold by a length and a half to Dream in the Park. They're well clear of Torbolino, and heading towards the final flight is Mark of Gold and Mark of Gold safely over by 4 lengths to Dream in the Park, and now on the run for home. It's Mark of Gold being kept up to his work here in the colours of Steve Fish.
I did say I shouldn't have traded it, but there you go. But I did that. I made the right decision. I don't regret that.
Market suspended.
Obviously hung on longer, but I didn't want to risk. I just did not want to risk a bigger loss than a couple of quid, really. So there you go. Never mind. That's how it goes. Okay, so I'm looking at this race at Newbury. Just got 10 seconds, or 10%, sorry, into the race. Looking at race time, so it's clear to trade now. Don't like trading that beginning part. Markets are quite barred up at the moment, so I'm just going to wait for an opportunity. It's a 2-mile handicap hurdle. Liquidity is not too bad for January. Just using a £2 bank run today, £6.60 up so far. Had a £2 loss from the last race. And that's where we are. Let's see if we can make some dosh.
Closest pursuer in second place. Sheldon is in third. Mascot is on that one's girth. Nobby out wide of Alborcan. John Betjeman back to seventh now. A 3 or 4 length
gap there, so
to Fontana Elise.
thinking we should get matched up pretty quick. Yeah.
And opening bid.
I'm out of here, man.
Hurdles left to take in the book, the Lodge Hotel at Newbury Racecourse handicap hurdle. Fine Casting is now alongside Chancer. The front two both running in their first handicaps, and at the moment it is this near side Fine Casting, the far side Chancer, side by side. Sheldon in between them, Alborcan and Nobby in behind John Betcher and Mascot fading. Here's 3 out, Fine Casting takes over. Chancer.
I'm out of here, man.
Bolton is weakening quickly as Keelan Woods and Fine Casting stride towards the final 3 furlongs in the last 2 flights. Alborcan, Sheldon, Nobby trying to challenge, then John Betcher. Chancer is going to be Fontana Elise fighting on a bit, but lots to do from where he is. The second last, Fine Casting over a length and a half clear. Alborcan coming to challenge. Sheldon in third, then John Betjeman and Nobby inside the last 2 furlongs. 1 flight to jump. Shaken up in the lead is Fine Casting. Sheldon in the noseband. Alborcan. John Betjeman's running home strongly, getting a second win, but didn't jump the last that well. Fine Casting needed a good jump, running towards the last furlong. Sheldon the near side. Fine Casting driven out here, leading by 2 to Sheldon. John Betjeman going into third. Caracas charging home, but only in 5th. Will run on for a place. It'll only be a place though, because Fine Casting is going to win it for Ben Pauling and Keelan Woods.
Okay, I broke my rule there by trading
suspended.
late. But I did it for a reason. I did it because I could see that I didn't think Sheldon was going to win in a million years, but I thought the price might pop down to me. And if you saw, I did trade lower than that beforehand. But I pretty much got bottom of the market. If we have a quick look. Where are you? See, 4.2, 4.2, 4.2. It only traded down to 3.8, lower down. That's only for small money, and that was previous. So I just stuck that in there at the end, thinking the horse had run its race, and I picked up a nice £5. What was it? £5.43 in the end, I believe. £5.43. So yeah. That's right. Makes up for the £2 loss in the last race. Let's move on. Right, someone cocked up on this race because the market didn't go in play until probably a good 10 seconds until after the race had started. Weird. Plumpton, this is probably it's probably the biggest race at Plumpton today. I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I haven't looked at the card, but it's sort of 2:30 in January, so it probably is. This looks like a race that there should be some opportunities in. Don't trade the first.
Dogly.
Which we're now getting to. I would imagine markets like these normally move pretty slow on these longer races, but it was bouncing around. But I think that was just as the horses are finding their sort of natural running positions. So just going to hang on a bit and then look for some opportunities. I'll probably cut off this video out because it's going to be a long one, otherwise you'll be bored. And then I'll just pop in where I make the trades.
They've got a 6 or 7.
I'm out of here, man.
This Free Lad and Owl Rock.
Still got a long way in this race to go.
Rock is under pressure alongside You All Right Harry. Up the hill and to the next. Top and drop on the inside of Rocky's Treasure. These two dueling for the lead here. Clear of Innis Free Lad. Our Rock is ridden up the hill. So too is Check on Blanc. Then out wide Zarda Lelf coming under pressure. And You All Right Harry not really getting into the contest at all so far. And now less than a circuit to cover. In fact, just 5 left to jump, and Top and Drop has just shrugged off the attentions of Rocky's Treasure. But here's Innis Free Lad. Inside running around. Here's an open ditch. Innis Free Lad is over from Owl Rock in second place. Top and Drop looking one paced in third. You're Right Harry now beginning to run on quite well. In fact, from the back of the field into third. You're Right Harry. Then Top and Drop, Zarda Lelf, Check on Blanc, and Rocky's Treasure has fallen away. But Jack Andrews having a look round there on the leader. Innis Free Lad, who's coasting coasting into the home straight and pulling away.
That commentator cost me money there. I'm getting out now because
heading to the second last.
if that was to fall, and then we're screwed.
And jumps it well, clear of Al Rock. You're right, Harry. Now going up in.
That's a 5, isn't it? That'll do. I should have got someone all right, Harry. Really, I wanted to go for it, and it was just literally because that commentator said, "Oh, he's coming on really well," and I thought, well, I don't want it to go through me and lose that £5 I've already got. But actually, I probably would have made another fiver because I had it on 10 ticks. But there you go. Videos jumping, don't like that. So we got a 2 mile 7 furlong handicap chase, quite a long race. Newbury. I like this kind of odds. There's some nice horses to trade. I might be flicking through as the race progresses. Liquidity, not
Ogly.
But it is January and it's got to be expected. You know, it's got to be expected to be seeing numbers like that. And for January, that actually isn't too bad. Now I'm just letting the horses settle down before I jump in and start trying to play some trades through the market.
Is 2 runs so far this season. Disputing with Hawthorne Cottage on the outside. Hawthorne Cottage, Storm Control, 1 and 2. Land of Smiles is next. Just racing in company with Django, the winner of this race 2 years ago. His stablemate, Young Wolf, is then in 5th under Richie McLernan. And the back 3, Keep Wondering, Tom O'Brien, and then Cuban Pete and Charlie Deutsch, and Tango Boy last of all. Into the home straight and heading towards fence 4. And it is the mare, Hawthorne Cottage, in front of in second, Storm Control. Coming to the next, first one in the straight, Hawthorne Cottage, soars over it to Storm Control. And then in third position is Land of Smiles, the Perth Gold Cup winner last summer. Young Wolf on the inside of Keep Wondering as they come to an open ditch now. Hawthorne Cottage, Storm Control gave it plenty of daylight. The back marker now is Tango Boy, Cuban Pete, getting one behind the saddle, Young Wolf on the inside as they come to the next fence. 2 out in another circuit, Hawthorne Cottage, Storm Control, 1 and 2. Just running in snatches a little bit, perhaps. Keep one.
I went in there because there was lots of money sitting underneath me, but it just wasn't bouncing enough, unfortunately.
Before they go on to the water, Storm Control, the yellow and purple. Melbourne 10 colours this near
on the
side.
front runner, really. But there's a lot of money there wanting to lay this horse.
Bowen in third, Young Wolf at the inside. Django just coming off the bridle, bustled along for a bit, running to the water ahead of Keep Wondering.
For that money to disappear before they go in.
Here is the water for the last time today. Storm Control, Hawthorne Cottage, the first 2. No dramas at that. Reminders for Django has dropped back to 6th place now, and John Joe getting reasonably serious as they go into the turn. Horse does respond.
It's not bouncing up enough for me to get matched.
Heading towards the back straight.
I want at least 4 ticks. If I ain't going to get 4 ticks, I might have to trade 3 races.
For the Harwell Trophy, a Challenger Series qualifier, Storm Control and Hawthorne Cottage, the 2 disputants here. Just upping the tempo a little bit as they run to number 9, the first of 5 in the back. Storm Control, Hawthorne Cottage, Darren McConville and Lucy Turner opening up by about 4 to Land of Smiles in third place. Young Wolf, Keep Wondering next. Django off the bit again and really struggling now as they get to the next one with Hawthorne Cottage on the outside of Storm Control. That was the 10th. It was an open ditch. 3 more plain ones in the back straight. Hawthorne Cottage on the outside of Storm Control. Land of Smiles a few lengths back in third place. Over it in 4th, Young Wolf. Keep Wondering is next in the field with Tango Boy and Cuban Pete, and Django has dropped back to be last now.
I was a bit too slow on that.
Race looking unlikely as they now have gone through where they started, coming to the next. Hawthorne Cottage out jumped by Storm Control there. Storm Control going on to Hawthorne Cottage. 1 more to take in the back straight. Land of Smiles, another reminder for Young Wolf. Keep Wondering is just nudged along, encouraged to get a little bit closer.
I'm out of here, man.
It's getting closer to the third place Land of Smiles now. Cuban Pete on the outside's made a place or 2. Young Wolf appears to be weakening. Tango Boy's gone past him. Django looks like being pulled up before they get to the cross fence. Hawthorne
Rest, come
Cottage
on.
back for another crack at Storm Control. These have been the two pace setters, and they continue to hold 5 lengths on Land of Smiles. Keep Wondering is another 2 lengths back and driven along, getting some reminders in 4th place. Tango Boys crept into 5th, and then Cuban Peak clear of Young Wolf. So Storm Control to Hawthorne Cottage. Here's the cross fence, 5 out. Storm Control. Again, he was
I'm
a
outta
little
here,
bit better
man.
than Hawthorne Cottage. He didn't make a mistake, but Storm Control was quicker through the air at that. Land of Smiles is in 3rd, getting closer to the front pair now. Then Keep Wondering, and Tango Boy travels quite nicely under Sam Twiston Davies. The blue and white jacket in 5th position. 4 left to jump. Storm Control the leader.
Sucker.
I think I'll leave it at that.
Now challenging for 2nd. Hawthorne Cottage ridden along. Then Keep Wondering, and Tango
Might as well
Boy
get the
trying
extra
to
penny.
creep into it. The 4th last. Storm Control, the first to rise. Better than Land of Smiles. Keep Wondering. Tango Boy smuggled up the inside. Now going into a share of 2nd. Hawthorne Cottage trying her best, but not quite going with.
So it is tempting to go in late now, especially on these long ones. I could have done actually. I could have gone a little bit longer because I cut off 20% of the race. I think I've got it at the moment. But 20% of a race when it's 2 miles, 7 furlongs, quite a long way. So I probably could have just gone in again. I am tempted actually. No, I better not. I should have done. I've missed my opportunity now. Yeah, I could have gone in again. I could have gone in, but I did cut off at the right time. But still, like, still nearly a tenner in it for, you know what I mean? Using £2.50 stakes. Obviously, I did go in for quite a few. I'd say 10 ticks. On
Market suspended.
Bets in there as well. So yeah, 10 quid. That's all right now. Let's move on. Well, nearly 10 quid. Let's move on. Okay, so we've got a race here, 10 past 3 at Plumpton on the 19th of January. January is always a crap month. It's a 3 mile, one furlong handicap hurdle. The quality is not too bad.
Market in play.
Oh, that one in play late. Market's not too bad, the quality wise, but that's because everyone's going to be trading the favourite. I'm not interested in short price favourites in play. I'd have to use too big at stakes, too dangerous. It's just not worth it. There's nothing else SP that I want to trade, but I might be able to pick something up on one of these other runners. If they hit around the 6 mark, I might be able to get out. But problem with these races, I don't like them because if something happens to this favourite, if it falls, luckily it's only a hurdle and not a chase, so it's less likely to fall. But if it does, gets pulled up, then something else is going to come crashing in. If it happens to be what you've laid at the time, you could be in a lot of bother. So bear that in mind.
Heading down the back straight, Atacam in 4, San Pedro de Senam, Ding Ding Lavaranti, and it's not what you think, getting outpaced down the hill and on towards the 3rd last. Dynamite Kentucky has come there hard on the steel from Really Radical. Henschke on the inside and Atacam as they now approach this next part.
Sucker.
Dynamite Kentucky comes in to take it, jumps it well. Henschke almost alongside on the inside as they now run into the left-hander and just begins to move his hand.
Sometimes it is just a waiting game like that. So that's 4 quid.
And Henschke is serving it up to him. Henschke on the inside of Dynamite Kentucky. Atacam stays on in 3rd. Then San Pedro de Senam as the 2 leaders head round.
Regardless who wins now, that would have been a nice laying low. Horse, do you know what I mean? Because you could have laid that right down at say 1.5. 50 tick offset, you'd have got matched up. Even 100 tick offset, you'd have got matched up, even if it goes on to win. Looks like it is. Is it going to win? I don't know. Don't really care, to be honest with you. But yeah, so one trade through, waiting for the right moment. Like I always say, you've got to just wait for the right moment. Sometimes it takes ages for it to happen, and do it. And then if it does go wrong, get out quick.
Voice of Calm, Miss Heritage, and on the outside, Pogo I Am, and still in touch is the outsider, Brown Bullet. in last place, but only
Tried to
3-4
cancel
behind
that
the
off.
leader, Grand Luna, as they now make the turn back towards home. Still 3 left to jump, and Nicky Henderson's Grand Luna still leading Megan, with Miss Heritage going around the inside. And still travelling okay. Voice of Calm on that one's out. Pogo I Am wider still, and Brown Bullet is
I'm outta here,
Money
man.
coming in on here.
Megan and Grand Luna side by side here. Pace increasing. Voice of Calm, Miss Heritage, Pogo I Am and Sean Bowen, and then Brown Bullet. About to straighten up for home. Megan is
no, not
level with
again.
Grand Luna as they run towards the third last. Grand Luna on the right, just given a little squeeze. Megan is closer to the stands. Miss Heritage now asked to get competitive.
I'm outta here, man.
Calm. Here's 3 out then. Megan, Grand Luna, Miss Heritage comes to join issue. Voice of Calm is travelling nicely held together. Brown Bullet trying to get involved. Pogo I Am is outpaced as they run towards the final 2 flights. Inside the last 3, Bryony Frost is shaking up Miss Heritage. Voice of Calm is still travelling sweetly for Joe Anderson. Grand Luna the inside. Megan, though, took off first. The near side has been driven for a while, but still very competitive. Running down towards the last. Megan on the left. In the centre, Miss Heritage. Voice of Calm is now driven. Asked for her effort. Grand Luna, the far side, the final flight. This time, Voice of Calm lifted off first. Grand Luna rallying. Miss Heritage. Megan needs to find more. Then Brown Bullet. It's Voice of Calm in front of her old rival, Grand Luna in second. She's got 2 lengths to find. A Voice of Calm has got half a furlong to last. She's trying hard. She's going to get a deserve.
Well, that's how you lose. When you lose, that's what you want to lose 12p. I don't mind
Market
that.
suspended.
I got that out quick. I tried to cancel the bets. So as soon as I put them in, there was some big money that came in. So I actually I've got my thing over the X key straight away. So I cancelled some off. Some got matched. Only had a small amount, and I just got it out for like a few pence loss. Just the way it happened. The prices just didn't move in the way that I wanted them to in that race. Unfortunately, just the way it goes sometimes. Never mind. Doesn't matter. It's 12p.
Market in play.
Right, so looking at this race at Plumpton, 2 mile 1 furlong handicap chase. The horses around the prices I kind of like to trade, which is good. Betfair are having some issues. I think I mentioned it earlier with their stream today, which is the Sky Sports stream. It's the one that looks like
Dogly.
the one with the bits on the top. Comes from the other racing channel, Racing TV. So it's just this stream, but the commentary sounds good, so I think the just jumping.
Prominent position heading downhill.
So I'm not too bothered about it, but we don't want to be in late in the market just in case. We're halfway through the race.
On the inside of Flamingo and Encore. At this one, on Richis on the inside of Flamingo, Encore out wide. Thornhill, Blueberry Wine travels smoothly behind them. And then Elise Moi.
And that's just typical,
so
isn't it?
Left-handed at the top of the race course. And now Encore coming through to contest the lead. Flamingo is pushed along there by Niall Houlihan.
So we got it out for a scratch anyway.
Down the rail on Richardson. Second last, Blueberry Wine now looks beat. Back in third. Here's 2 out. Encore came up well from Flamingo. A good jump too in second place.
Just in case
between
the
the
price
final
comes
2
back
fences. Mihal Nolan shakes up the leader. He's got a 3-4 length lead over Flamingo.
I'm going to leave this just in case he falls. If he falls, I'm going to get a big payoff.
Boom! Up and safely over. Flamingo chasing in second place, and on the run
oh well,
home,
350. That just struggled.
who's pulling clear of Flamingo, and Encore for a third course and distance win.
Market suspended.
Blueberry Wine, a tired
Trading
horse back in third. Elise Moi and on
3.5. Never looked like it was going to win, really, did it? And let's show the horse fall. So we've got a bumper here at Newbury. I don't normally like bumpers, especially in January, but the liquidity so far is pretty good. But I would imagine, well, you can see most of that is gone on the favourite. So what the liquidity would be like on the runners I want to
Market in play.
I don't know whether it's going to be worth going in or not, but we'll have a little look and see what happens.
And double for fun, she leads. Just Nick Schofield keeping her mind on the job going around this turn. The exit back to towards where the stables are. and has managed to get around the turn okay. Alto is in
I'm just
second.
getting
The
front
light
of
blue
that
of
money
Midland
there,
Park,
really,
Kingsand
as
Bay
a
on the outside
little bit of
of
protection. It's
authorised
40 quid
speed.
jumps in
Second
front of
in
me,
his
but I don't
two
want to go any
previous
higher than that,
starts.
really.
In between those two is the Exeter winner, Clifton Bridge, and the colours of the McNeil family, who I understand retired one of their old stalwarts, Keeper Hill, earlier this week. Multiple winner for them.
And
Clifton
obviously I
Bridge
can
at the
get
very
out
beginning
against this should it
of
go wrong.
his career. 1 from 1. In front then of One Step, Two Steps. Captain Destiny the inside, decorated, and Militaire and Gavin Sheehan looking for a double just about last of all. The Bayesian Maroon on the outside as they continue to make their way to the midway point in the back straight, and double for fun. She's having a moment of glory in the
that's
lead by a
132.
couple of lengths here. Alto Destiny is just getting a squeeze and then decorated the back marker, but still in touch.
I'm out of here, man.
The leader. Authorised Speed is going perfectly well, motoring in second position. Militaire is trying to challenge. Clifton Bridge is a close fourth. Then Captain Destiny picking up a bit from Decorated.
So yeah, could have got a bit more through there, I think, on probably both of them. So certainly Clifton Bridge, I could have got a few more ticks through and probably got a nice profit with a big sort of fat tick offset, 10 ticks or more. But I just wasn't quick enough. I missed it, and sometimes you've just got to be quick.
Market suspended.
It's another 192 in the bank. Okay, so this will be my last race of the day. If I get involved, you can see liquidity is very poor. It's female handicap hurdle. I would have thought it'd be better than that. The bumper just now on the other track was double that liquidity, so just got to be careful, really. Don't want to blow all your profit on a crappy race. And also with Sky Racing today through Betfair, through that TV link, it's a bit bumpy, but I think the commentary is okay.
Back on the inside is Zamani. Then
so I can use the commentary.
Good time ahead.
Obviously, I'll be using the race timer as well.
Still looking on. Eventful over the first down the back. Big jump by Bella Bow on the outside of Pucor there as they run on down the hill, getting a bit more strung out now. And it's Bella Bow on the outside of Pucor. Zamani third. Marek.
I'm out of here, man.
Sunny Bear looking a little threatening in fifth place with Tara Eati on his inside, and then a gap to Cherokee Road. Eventful good time ahead. Dolly McQueen and Colonel Leslie. On towards the third last, Pucor and Bella Bow still trading blows. Zamani's on the inside. Timo Cherokee Road out wide, didn't jump that one too well. Sammy Bear in the...
I'm out of here, man.
Stoked along, followed by Tara Eati. And then Eventful still running on from the back of the field as they run across the bottom of the course, the railway turn. Bella Bow and Pucor, these two running all the way.
Sucker.
And that's me done, I think.
Outside to the encouragement of Jack Tude, almost coming back on the bridle. Sammy Bear as Bella Bow got past Pucor. Sammy Bear.
Just in case something weird happens.
Behind these, on towards the second last, and it's Bella Bow and Sammy Bear. Bella Bow, Sammy Bear, 1 and 2. Then Tara Eati on the outside with every chance now being produced by Rex Dingle. They're followed by Zamani. Eventful running on well from the back. Here's the final flight over it then. Bella Bow on the far side, Tara Eati on the near side.
There you go,
still runs on, and then Zamani up towards the line. Tara Eati on the near side of Bella Bow, and Tara Eati off his featherweight, forging on in the hands of Rex Dingle, and another for Gary
Market
Moore.
suspended.
In second, Bella Bow, Eventful third. Then came Zamani and Sammy Bear.
So yeah, that was a nice little trade there at the end. A lovely little trade at the end. Sometimes it's good to go for a big outsider, but you've got to be careful. I mean, if both of them was to have fallen, that like either one of them two were going to win it, it's Sammy Bear and Terry, well, Sammy Bear got screwed. It can really cost you, so you've got to be careful if you're going in late. Sometimes it's worth going in late, and I saw the opportunity there, so I took it. You see, I went for 10 ticks as well. Could have probably got 20 ticks and more money, but I didn't want to be too greedy, do you know what I mean? Just in case it did come back and win. I wanted to get matched both sides of the book. I could see liquidity was thin, so it was going to bounce around by more sort of 10 ticks. So I thought I'd get matched both sides of the book, even if it did come back and win. And that's why I did it. So, yeah, I'll show you the results in a second, but it looks like we've done over 40 quid today using £2.50 stakes. Obviously, that's £2.50 a click. Sometimes I'll click, 5 times, sometimes even 10 times, I suppose. But it's £2.50 a click. Starting with a £50 bankroll, and we'll have a look at the results once they come up in a second. So there's the results for the day. Not too bad, using just a £50 bankroll and £2.50 a click stakes. So anyone can use that kind of money. It's 44.69 from that, nearly doubled the bank. Good way to sort of, to build a bankroll up, basically. Anyone can start with 50 quid, I'm sure. It's not hard to get that sort of money together. So there it is. Did have a couple of losses. One was only 12 pence, where I just couldn't get that right, but closed off. Big money kept coming in at the wrong time for me. And this one here at £2.13, which I didn't really want to trade the race in the first place, to be honest with you. But I did give it a go, and I should have left it alone. But it's only £2.13, so rest of all profits. That would do nicely for that kind of bankroll. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to download that spreadsheet. I'll close that down. I've already got this open. If you haven't got this spreadsheet already, I highly recommend you get it. There's a link below so you can see exactly what you're doing. I'm going to import my data. I've just got to go to my downloads. It'll be the latest one there as well. I've got to delete all them old ones. I'm lazy. Open that up. And that's processed, so you can see today that's where I've made my money. That's what I've done on the races, but it's quite interesting. I always say to people, be careful in January and in February, because they can be harsh times of the year. You can see I did it right last year, but if you look, I also had my biggest losses. I had a big loss in December, but the profits were huge, so that's acceptable. But you can see I had my biggest losses in January and February last year than what I've done at any other time, losing 646, 546. Still made a profit over each month. But yeah, just be careful. Just be careful. So, January 22, first time I've traded, 46.94. Happy with that. If I have a quick look at last year, oh, that is last year, isn't it? If I have a quick look, sorry, I was going to say at the tracks that I've done today. You can see that I've been here, I haven't traded literally for 2 months, almost to the day. So if we have a quick look at what we did Newbury and Plumpton. So I want to go to the jumps. Newbury. So you can see that I normally do a right at Newbury. Literally, I've only had a couple of losses there. Break that all down to when it was and so what kind of races. Plumpton, I've got a feeling I'm not so good at Plumpton. You can see I've only made £156.90. Plumpton, well, 207, but £50 losses. So you can see the losses are bigger at Plumpton. It's a bit more dodgy track, but you got to bear in mind there's lots of tracks. That's just on the jump racing as well. So obviously I've got I can't remember, do they do? So Newbury, I've done it right, 100% record, but that's on flat racing at Newbury. But yeah, if you haven't got this, I recommend you get a copy. It's less than a tenner, and really, you can really see where you're making your money, where you're losing money, cut out your losses, and work on making a profit. Really works for me. You can do all sorts of things with it. And there's a link in it. Excuse me. There's a link in the description if you need a copy. Just go through that. Anyway, best of luck in the markets. Let's move on and have a very successful 22. Catch you later. Bye-bye.
Introducing Geeks Toy trading software. The fastest, most customizable and most popular software for betting and trading on Betfair and BetDAC. Designed by professional traders for you. Key features include unlimited desktop settings and the ability to create custom profiles to suit every user's needs. Unbeatable speed, real-time prices and one-click betting. Unique management of multiple markets. You can bet or trade on multiple sporting events simultaneously. Support for 8 languages. Context-driven help on every window. Dutching and bookmaking, training mode, advanced charting, enhanced navigation, support for Betfair coupons, stop loss and more. Geeks Toy, possibly the best Betfair and BetDAC trading software in the world.